I have got together 4 other FPL managers that play FPL completely different to find the best way to play FPL. An AI team, a casual team, my team, a zombie team, and an anti-FPL team. 5 teams, 5 strategies. Which tactic wins? And this is how the 5 teams, 5 strategies mini league is looking after the first game week. Yes, it's confirmed, boysies. Bacon Boy is the world's best FPL manager, currently sitting on top with 73 points. No, I didn't just choose FPL managers worse than me just so I could say, I'm saying the best manager. No, I mean, but it certainly helped. But in second is actually the zombie team right now with 67 points, who is ahead of the AI team, which you would expect to be potentially first, and they're in third with 62 points. The casual manager got off to exactly how you thought it would, to be fair. Absolute wibbly wobbly start. 37 points with them in 4th. And thankfully, though, they did do better than the anti-FPL team, who is sitting in last, 5th out of the 5 teams, 5 strategies, with just 18 points, which is terrible, right? But for an anti-FPL team, that's good. Let's find out how. I won't turn this into a TED talk and chinwag about my own team and put you to sleep, because I've already done that in my team selection video, so go check that one out after this if you want to do that. But a very sexy 73 points is what my team scored in game week 1. This is what the zombie team landed on for game week 1. And you know what, lads? It's actually looking pretty damn good, and it did pretty damn well already. Obviously, no transfers will be made on this team throughout the entire season now. So the manager who created this account, he's literally deleted the password, never going to log into the account ever again. But that obviously means you don't choose some players that are a bit of a risk right at the start of the season or potentially throughout the season. So it did end up avoiding the wibbly wobbly picks like a Quansah and Nkunku and Eze and all that, who ended up not scoring anyway. And they did pick the safe and trusted and tested options in Araya in goal, Saka and Haaland scoring all the points this week. And for some reason, they also chose Rice. Well, we'll just ignore that one. They also went for Bailey, Kudus, and Muniz, who could be fantastic value this season. And most people aren't looking at Bailey and Kudus right now because they haven't got good fixtures. But again, with a zombie team, fixtures irrelevant. Everybody just plays the entire season, no transfers. So you just get in the best players for the best value. And that's what this team has tried to do. So as long as they do keep fit, this zombie team could even continue to keep up with the rest of the teams. And the fact that it's already ahead of the AI team when there is absolutely zero this isn't even a great team for game week 1. They just chose it for the entire season. But it's literally beat the AI team. Wow. But imagine being able to set up your FPL team and not touch it for the rest of the season. Just watch the football throughout the year and not have a single ounce of stress of FPL coming into your life one bit. That literally sounds like a wet dream. Wow. Not a bad game week for the zombie team at all, though, so I'm very excited to see if it can continue. This is what the AI team landed on for game week 1, where they were the ultimate cheeky scrub and picked players like Quansah and Barco. As you know, all the AI models predicted they would be the best ever players in FPL, and now it doesn't even look like they're ever going to start ever again. Unlucky! This team is literally just XG and vibes, though. I know this guy is proper into stats, AI, FPL AI and all that, but I'm not sure they've ever watched football because, what? They picked Bruno Fernandes, even though he cost 8.5 million. And to be fair, he did almost score all the chances, but he didn't. And Eze did score, but was robbed. And then Gibbs, White and Muniz, proper template picks. Definitely an FPL review merchant over here. And definitely a team made with the help of FPL AIs, just because it has those exact picks you'd expect it to right here. He did, though, get some hauls through a double Arsenal defence, which you don't see much of. Saka, Haaland and Isak, so overall not too bad of a score, but I bet the computer is already sparking and raging that's not beating everybody already. No, it's got the best XG, it's got the best stats in the world, why am I number 1? FPL solved, mate. No chance. I do wonder what this team will do for game week 2, because they got Quansah, they got Barco. Are they going to have to start Quansah against the Gunners? That's gonna be an unlucky if they have to. So transfers probably happening here. But you would expect them to at least make good transfers, because, if you're just pressing the computer buttons and telling you what to do, then it's quite hard to make some terrible decisions. Just maybe not the best one. And next we have the casual team. And this is what the casual team by the casual manager landed on for game week 1. Oh, crumbs. Yeah, where do I even start with this? Not only did they pick Rodri, who ended up being injured, I think we found out before game week 1 deadline, but obviously the casual manager didn't even know about that. But they also picked Tony, Trippier and Castagna, who all didn't play a single minute in game week 1. So they didn't even have 11 men in the very first game week of the season. How do you manage that? They also picked Palmer as their only premium mid. Yeah, now that is the biggest big boy unlucky I've ever seen. Wow. I have managed to wish some words of encouragement to make sure they don't quit FPL already because, yeah, if I didn't know much about FPL, I think I would quit if I saw this. But I think they are going to stick to it. But despite some more convincing, I don't think I'm stopping them from taking all the hits and maybe even a wild card this early. Yeah, it might actually happen. That's what casual managers do. And finally, this is what the anti-FPL team landed on for game week 1. Anti-FPL is obviously completely different to regular FPL, where your only goal is to try and score the least amount of FPL points possible, but you do have to spend your budget, and you also have some other rules you need to stick to. So it's not just the case of choosing all the players that are injured. No, you actually got to choose players that play but don't score points. They actually almost had the biggest of big boy unluckies, as Mudrick didn't end up playing, meaning Cole Palmer on the bench, which is on the bench to try and waste some of that budget, he ended up getting subbed on. Thankfully, he didn't actually score any points, so this team had absolutely no returns, and they also managed to captain a player that scored 0 points for a gigantic 0-point haul. No, you don't understand. For anti-FPL managers, that is literally the equivalent of your captain scoring like 4 goals in a game in regular FPL. It is amazing. So yeah, 18 points, not a single player got a return, a captain 0 point. You literally couldn't ask for much more. Actually, a perfect week, a perfectly bad week for the start of anti-FPL. Like, if my actual FPL team scores this bad in a week, then I'm deleting it all. Bye. So that's how it finished for game week 1 for the 5 teams, 5 strategies. My team with 4 other FPL managers, all playing FPL completely differently. I am currently on top because I'm the best. The zombie team is in second. No changes being made with that team all season. The AI team is in third from a manager who just loves AI, FPL, all that, and just proper nerds into the stats. A casual manager that doesn't really know much about FPL, but watches all the football, apparently. I don't know much about that. I've seen their team. And an anti-FPL team where their whole goal is to score the least amount of points possible. This is going to be a really interesting series. It's already been interesting to see how the Game Week 1 teams lined up, but I think it's going to be more interesting as the transfers and the season goes on to see how the teams do, what players they get in or don't get in, and all of that. So that's going to be all. Thanks for watching, and also, remember...
Don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now. Don't let your memes be dreams.